sets up 2nd and goal.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the...
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Cowboys put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead.
Quite the drive there to get things started. They took up the bulk of the first quarter, and they end up in the end zone.
And I love your last point. Ended up in the end zone. Because a lot of teams like those long drives, especially to keep their offense off the field, right? Keep the ball away from them. But they finished it with a touchdown. That's the exclamation point. Now, flip it over defensively. They've got to slow that down somehow, right? Maybe they need to be a little more aggressive. Maybe a few more pressures towards the quarterback.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert.
And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17.
No big surprise. Micah Parsons doing what he does so well, dropping him for a loss.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event.
Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill.
And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Yeah, I like the one to run off at the mouth like you do too early. I done came back on 2 million of y'all and you going on YouTube running your goddamn mouth. Why that? Bet you be on YouTube, boy. When talking shit goes wrong.
Here's Pollard again. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard, a 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And it's now 14-0. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
This taken in at the goal line.
Oh, now it's free. Hill fumbled it. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers and quickly.
On 1st and 10, Prescott steps away.
He's got his man, Schultz, coming across the formation.
13 yards and a 1st down, Cowboys.
But give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
A first down throw for Prescott. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They run straight ahead here with Pollard.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line.
44 yards on the ground for him so far.
Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
On third down, it's Pollard. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Pollard is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Going to run again here with Pollard. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He was trying to get his second touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a second. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Now here's Pollard, and he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Cowboys have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their 2nd drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
The penalty moves them into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Gets it to Hill. It's a jet sweep. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
On the handoff, this is Mostert.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Raheem Mostert, a 13-yard touchdown run. And
the Dolphins are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. Meanwhile, Dak's throw complete into the hands of Schultz here. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found
a battle for it, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Keon Crossan. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Meanwhile, to his throw, caught by his receiver, Hill. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here.
Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. 2 now on 1st down. Rolling to his left. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone.
And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. The kick by Sanders is good. And that will do it for this first half. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this 3rd quarter.
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race.
Fuck I am, dude. Go learn today. Running off that fucking mouth.
Raheem Mostert. He scored on the ground and through the air.
And the Dolphins come right out of the locker room and score here the opening minute of the 3rd quarter.
Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he'll get in for the 2 points. And that'll cut the deficit down to just a field goal. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Fields it right around the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
The Prescott to Schultz there for the Cowboy first.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Pollard going to try the right side. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Prescott. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they stop him up short of the 1st down as they get him at about the 43. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Rolling to his right. And this is caught that they say
Bitch. Yeah. You better not quit.
As a result, they're going to have to give up the football. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now. Now, before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. Second and 12. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the 1st down.
Here's Mostert, toss left side. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They're having issues right now getting that running game going.
I wonder if maybe adopting some of the college run game would help here. Because we're still at that stage where you have a bunch of guys saying, I don't know about what the colleges do. And the college stuff is working in the NFL. Bigger line splits create some more natural running.
Touchdown, Dolphins!
Yeah. Run your mouth now.
34 yards.
Run your mouth now.
And the Dolphins have scored again in this 3rd quarter. This time to move out in front.
And you going on YouTube.
Extra point
When
up
talking
and
shit
good
goes
by
wrong.
Sanders. And
Yeah.
that will make this a 4-point game. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. From a yard or two deep, here comes the return. The ball comes out, and this is picked up by the Dolphins.
How many times in the course of the game do you talk about momentum plays? And I think we just saw one there. Just scored, right?
Just took the lead.
Just took the lead, went downfield, got the ball free again, and picked it up. They got a chance to really get the momentum.
Y'all see how quiet he got now, right?
Try to pile
He ain't got nothing to say now.
So from the 17 now, here's a
Didn't
first
realize
and
who
10.
I was, did you? You'll learn.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's first and goal.
I think the reason this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack.
You better not
how about
quit.
the speed at
Ain't that
which
what
he
you
takes
say?
the handoff? He's in
You
motion
better not
already.
quit.
So he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
They'll try and run with Wilson. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal.
Good work there, holding him out on first down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
They give it off here to the tight end. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
So a little extra time to ponder this 3rd and goal as we played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They hand off to their big tight end. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. So a big one coming now for Jason Sanders. This will get the lead up to 7. Sanders' kick is good, and that'll make this a 7-point game. And from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
He's scared,
He's
yeah.
going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. See if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. 59 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Javon Holland coming up to make the stop.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a 1st down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
Prescott's throw pulled in by Lamb. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Now a give here to Pollard. Room here to run.
Yeah, good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Call it a gain of a yard, and that'll make it second down.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
Here comes the boom. I see you, boy. I see you.
Throwing again on second down. Prescott, he'll buy some time right. He finds his man complete. It's Schultz. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there, picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as they understand where they are on the field?
Check that. Little Mike 52 right here.
Here's Pollard. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth.
Oh, you so quiet, man. You doing all that talking no more. You just super quiet now. What's wrong with
So
it?
right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away.
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone.
And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
Second time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunately, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds, saved him from a turnover.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Escaping the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. I see you nodding your head up and down. That's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
Under 10, 10.
Tagovailoa.
Open man is Hill. He's got it.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Tua. He'll get it once more into the hands of Hill.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. From the gun, a run with Mostert.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Once again, it's Mostert.
And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes
What's up, man?
having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly
What's up, man?
give you an advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Somebody's there defensively. That was the same person on that play. So it all rests now on the right foot of Jason Sanders. This from 55 yards out. And he
Don't you
has
quit.
got it. from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And the Dolphins have come back now to regain the lead.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense.